Right, my name is Phil Nichols, and I'm going to talk to you guys today about measuring body fat. Who in here knows their body fat percentage? That's a lot of people. Okay, so as we get older, our metabolism starts to slow down. So instead of using the energy from food quickly as it does now, it won't break it down as quickly. So what that means is that instead of using it up, it just stores it in the fat.
And there's a problem.
In English.
So to avoid excess fat buildup in the future, what we need to do is educate ourselves now so that we can live a healthy life in the future. So today I'm going to tell you guys how to measure your body fat with a skin-fold caliper. I consider myself qualified to talk to you guys about this because I consider myself a health enthusiast, and I've also done copious amounts of research on this topic. So measuring for men and women is different. For men, you want to measure at the chest, right next to the belly button, and at the thigh. And then for women, you want to measure at the tricep region, and at the sacroiliac, which is right above the hip bone, and the thigh. Okay, so to actually get a reading, what you do is just take a pinch of your skin and pinch down on it, and then your caliper should give you a reading in millimeters of how thick your skin fold is. So what do these numbers mean? Here's an example of some guy. You got 3 readings. To get the most accurate body fat, you want to get as many readings as possible. So this person had 10 millimeters at the chest, 10 at the navel, and 10 at the thigh. So if you average those out, it'll be 10% body fat. Here's another example. A woman gets 20 millimeters at her arm, 21 at her sacroiliac, and 22 at her thigh. Averaged out, that's 21% body fat. Everybody's ideal body fat is different. It can vary depending on age, sex, or genetics, or even demographic locations. Here's a chart comparing several ranges of body fat. For the fitness range, which is what we should be going for, females should be in 21 to 24%, and males should be at 14 to 17%. Women will naturally have a higher body fat percentage because they need the fat later in life if they decide to have children. Okay, so dangers of very high body fat. Very high body fat is classified as 30% body fat and up. So over 63% of adults in America are either overweight or obese, and that's according to WebMD. And these people are at a very high risk of developing several diseases. And again, the best way to prevent this is to educate ourselves now and know what to put into our bodies so problems will not occur in the future. Okay, on the other side, there are dangers associated with a very low body fat. In this case, thinner does not always mean healthier. So when we're not ingesting enough calories, our body is using the stored fat as energy. And once we're out of fat, where do we get the energy from? Well, our body starts to break down our own muscle in an attempt just to stay alive. So in this starvation mode, our body is just basically destroying itself just to stay standing up. Here's a picture of 2 people in a starvation mode. This is during the Holocaust in a concentration camp. It's a very severe case. As you can see, their bones, pretty visible. They have little to no fat. Their muscle mass is almost completely diminished. Okay, so to wrap up, determining your body fat is, with a caliper, is the easiest way to do it, and it's pretty cheap. I got this like $10 off the internet. And just to reiterate, for men, you want to measure at the chest, measure at the navel, and at the thigh. Then for women, you want to measure at the tricep, at the sacroiliac, and the thigh. Those aren't set in stone. You guys might want to do it differently, but that's just the easiest way I find to do it. Very high body fat percentages can cause several ailments in the future. And again, the best way to prevent this is to educate ourselves now before problems will arise. And very low body fat percentages can be just as detrimental to one's health if we don't have the right nutrients throughout the day. Okay, so to conclude, by determining your body fat percentage in proportion to the rest of your body, you will have a greater understanding of how to live your life in good health. Questions?